Your feet tingle at night. Your hands feel numb for no reason. You feel burning, stabbing, or electric pain that no doctor seems able to explain. What if I told you there's a poison you're probably exposed to every single day that's slowly destroying your nerves, and most people have no idea they're consuming it? This isn't about managing pain. This is about stopping nerve damage before it becomes permanent. Stay with me for the next 17 minutes. Because what you're about to learn could save your nerves while you still can. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, and I've spent decades helping seniors with nerve pain, numbness, burning feet, loss of balance, and something many are told they must just live with, neuropathy. One of the most frustrating things I see is how often people are told the wrong story about why their nerves are failing. They're told it's age. They're told it's genetics. They're told it's inevitable. In many cases, none of that is true. Before we dive in, drop a comment with your age and where you're watching from today. Have you experienced tingling, numbness, or burning in your hands or feet? Did you realize blood sugar could be damaging your nerves even if you don't have diabetes? Write your answer below, because awareness is the first line of defense. And once nerve damage crosses a certain line, we don't get second chances. Hit that subscribe button, because I share life-saving strategies like this every week to help you thrive after 60. Let me tell you about one of my patients named Frank. Frank was 68 years old, recently retired and still active, but his feet burned at night. His toes felt numb during the day. Sometimes he felt sharp electric pains that shot through his legs without warning. He was told it was probably aging, maybe circulation, maybe just one of those things. But when we dug deeper, we found something else. A daily exposure. Something he thought was harmless was slowly poisoning his nerves. When we removed it, the damage didn't reverse overnight. Imagine waking up one morning and feeling a strange tingling in your feet, a numbness that won't go away, or a burning sensation that keeps you awake at night. You might dismiss it at first, attributing it to a bad night's sleep, or perhaps just getting older. But as days turn into weeks, and weeks into months, these subtle discomforts intensify, transforming into a constant, debilitating presence. Suddenly, simple pleasures like walking barefoot on the grass, feeling the warmth of a bath, or even just a good night's rest become distant memories. This isn't just an annoyance, it's a silent alarm, a signal from your body that something deeper is amiss. Many people experiencing these mysterious symptoms often find themselves in a frustrating loop of doctor visits, inconclusive tests, and generic advice. They're told it's just part of aging or idiopathic, meaning the cause is unknown. This pervasive lack of answers leaves countless individuals feeling isolated and hopeless. They watch their independence slip away, unable to enjoy walks, hobbies, or even basic daily tasks without pain or discomfort. The vibrant colors of life seem to dim as the fear of falling, the constant ache, or the embarrassing loss of balance take center stage. You might find yourself withdrawing from social activities, avoiding stairs, or constantly checking your footing, just to prevent a stumble. It's a frustrating reality when the medical community often struggles to pinpoint a definitive reason, leading to a sense of being unheard and misunderstood. The standard narrative often suggests that such nerve issues, particularly in the feet and hands, are simply an inevitable consequence of getting older, or perhaps an inherited condition that you're powerless to change. But what if I told you that this narrative isn't entirely accurate? What if these seemingly unavoidable symptoms aren't solely a byproduct of time or genetics, but rather a warning sign, check engine light for an underlying issue that is often overlooked? For years, the medical community has grappled with the rising tide of peripheral neuropathy, a condition characterized by damage to the nerves outside of the brain and spinal cord, often manifesting in the extremities. While diabetes is a well-known culprit, a significant percentage of cases, sometimes up to 50%, are classified as idiopathic, leaving patients without a clear path to recovery or prevention. This gap in understanding has led many to accept their fate, believing there's nothing that can truly be done to reverse or even halt the progression of their symptoms. Yet, new research and clinical insights are beginning to shed light on these mysterious cases. We're starting to understand that many of these unexplained nerve issues aren't so mysterious after all. They are, in fact, often linked to factors we encounter daily, factors that are quietly, insidiously, chipping away at the delicate health of our nervous system. Imagine the tiny, intricate network of nerves in your feet and hands, responsible for sending vital signals to your brain, sensations of touch, temperature, pain, and position. When this network is compromised, the signals get scrambled, weakened, or completely lost, leading to the confusing array of symptoms you might be experiencing. It's like a complex electrical system where a seemingly minor short circuit can disrupt the entire flow. So, the crucial question isn't "what have I done wrong?" or "is this just my destiny?" Instead, it's "what hidden triggers are at play, and what can I truly do to regain control?" This video isn't just about identifying the problem, it's about empowering you with knowledge and actionable strategies. We'll explore the often overlooked environmental and lifestyle factors that silently contribute to nerve damage, moving beyond the conventional explanations. It's time to stop feeling helpless and start understanding the true origins of these symptoms. Get ready to discover the root causes and, more importantly, the path to reclaiming comfort, mobility, and your vibrant life. Let's embark on this journey together to unravel the mystery behind the foot's warning bell. Hello, I'm Dr. Emily Carter, and it's a privilege to be with you today. My journey into the world of peripheral neuropathy began not just in textbooks and clinical trials, but in the profound stories of countless individuals I've met over the years. Patients, friends, even family members, grappling with the mysterious and often debilitating symptoms that whisper of nerve damage. For too long, peripheral neuropathy has been shrouded in misconception, often dismissed as an inevitable consequence of aging or a cruel hand dealt by genetics. But I'm here to tell you, with the full weight of scientific research and years of clinical experience, that this narrative is incomplete, and in many cases, fundamentally flawed. My mission is to peel back those layers, to challenge what we think we know, and to empower you with the truth about this condition, so you can truly understand its complexities. One of the most pervasive myths I encounter is the idea that peripheral neuropathy is simply part of getting old. While it's true that the incidence increases with age, simply attributing it to the passage of time is a dangerous oversimplification. It removes the sense of agency and leads people to believe there's nothing they can do. Another common belief is that it runs in the family, implying an unchangeable genetic destiny. While genetics can play a role in certain rare forms, the vast majority of peripheral neuropathy cases are not primarily genetic. To accept these myths is to resign oneself to a condition that often has preventable or manageable roots. It's time we moved beyond these outdated notions and embraced a more proactive, informed approach. This isn't about blaming anyone, it's about illuminating the factors within our control that can make all the difference. My work has focused on identifying the real, often hidden, culprits behind peripheral nerve damage. We're talking about factors that subtly erode nerve health over years, often before symptoms become severe enough to disrupt daily life. Understanding these underlying causes is the first crucial step towards healing and prevention. I've seen firsthand the transformation in patients once they are equipped with this knowledge, moving from despair to renewed hope as they realize they can indeed take control of it. This isn't just theory, it's practical, actionable science that has changed lives. It's time to confront the silent epidemic of peripheral neuropathy. The numbers are staggering, affecting millions globally, and yet, public awareness remains alarmingly low. Many people suffer for years, misdiagnosed or simply told to learn to live with it. But I refuse to accept that. Every tingling sensation, every burning pain, every instance of numbness is a signal, a warning from your body that something is amiss. Ignoring these signals, or passively accepting them, allows the damage to progress, potentially leading to irreversible changes, weakness, balance issues, and a cascade of issues that severely diminish quality of life. This isn't a problem for later, it's a problem demanding our attention now. The urgency is real, but so is the hope. The good news is that for many, peripheral neuropathy is not a one-way street. With the right understanding and targeted interventions, nerves have an incredible capacity for healing and regeneration. This journey begins with recognizing that your daily choices, your environment, and even seemingly minor health indicators are powerful levers you can pull. This chapter sets the stage for unraveling the true causes and, more importantly, empowering you with the strategies to protect and restore your precious nerve health. Your future is in your hands. Today, we're going to share a story that mirrors countless experiences, a story that brings the abstract concept of nerve damage down to a deeply personal level. Meet Frank, a vibrant 58-year-old, a devoted grandfather who loved his weekend golf rounds and his evening recliners alike. For years, Frank felt on top of the world. Then, subtly, almost imperceptibly, things began to change. It started with a persistent tingling sensation in his toes, mostly at night. He'd shrug it off, thinking, must have slept funny, or, just getting old, I guess. Sometimes, a dull ache would creep into his feet after a long walk, a feeling he'd never experienced before. These weren't dramatic, sudden changes, but quiet whispers from his body that slowly grew louder. He was still active, still enjoying his life, but a new, uninvited guest had started to reside in his extremities, a guest he couldn't quite identify. These initial symptoms were so mild, so easy to dismiss as normal signs of aging or just fatigue, that Frank barely gave them a second thought beyond a passing annoyance. He was living his life, unaware that a silent battle was beginning to unfold within his very own nervous system. Over the next few months, those whispers turned into persistent murmurs. The tingling became more frequent, sometimes spreading to his fingertips. The dull ache in his feet started to feel more like a constant, low-grade burning, especially in the evenings when he was trying to relax. He found himself avoiding longer walks, even his beloved golf games, because the discomfort was becoming too much. Simple tasks, like buttoning his shirt or picking up small objects, felt clumsier than before. He'd occasionally stumble, attributing it to uneven pavement or simply not paying attention. Frank, a man who prided himself on his independence, found himself increasingly reliant on handrails, or even his wife's arm, just to maintain balance. He tried home remedies, Epsom salt baths, and even changed his shoes, hoping to find relief. But the underlying issue persisted, a silent, relentless progression. He started to worry, but mostly, he was confused. What is happening to me, he'd wonder, alone with his thoughts in the quiet of the night. Finally, at his wife's insistence, Frank decided to visit his doctor. He described his symptoms, the tingling, the burning, the clumsiness, the loss of balance. The doctor listened carefully, performed some basic neurological tests, checking his reflexes and sensation. After the examination, the doctor furrowed his brow. Frank, he began gently, it sounds like you might be experiencing something called peripheral neuropathy. Frank had never heard the term before. He asked if it was genetic, or perhaps due to an injury. The doctor explained that while those could be causes, in many cases, especially insidious ones like Frank's, the root was often more subtle, often tied to chronic conditions or lifestyle factors. Frank was relieved to have a name for his affliction, but still bewildered about its origin. He left the office with a prescription for nerve pain medication and a recommendation for further tests, feeling a mix of apprehension and vague hope. The medication offered some temporary relief, but didn't address the core problem. It was during his follow-up appointments and subsequent research that Frank began to piece together the puzzle. His doctor emphasized monitoring his blood sugar, even though Frank wasn't diabetic. He learned about prediabetes and how elevated blood sugar, even below the diabetic threshold, could silently damage nerves over years. Frank reflected on his diet, the daily sugary coffee, the frequent fast food lunches, the generous portions of pasta, and the evening snacks. He realized his body had been constantly flooded with what, for his nerves, amounted to everyday toxins, persistent high glucose levels. Beyond that, he learned about nutrient deficiencies, particularly B vitamins, that could exacerbate nerve damage. His seemingly harmless habits, the comfort foods, the lack of consistent physical activity, were not just contributing to his waistline, they were directly impacting the delicate network of his peripheral nervous system. This realization was a stark wake-up call, shifting his perspective from viewing his symptoms as an inevitable part of aging to understanding them as a consequence of his long-term choices. Frank's story isn't unique. It's a powerful illustration of how peripheral neuropathy often doesn't appear overnight. It's a slow burn, a gradual erosion, often fueled by lifestyle factors that seem benign on the surface. For Frank, this understanding was the turning point. He decided to take control, embracing dietary changes, increasing his physical activity, and working closely with his doctor to manage his blood sugar. His journey began with tiny, dismissible sensations and led to a profound understanding of his body's intricate systems. His story serves as a crucial reminder: our daily choices, what we eat, how we move, how we manage stress, all play a critical role in the health of our nerves. Frank's path highlights that the silent destroyers are often the most common elements in our daily lives. This chapter serves as a prelude, an empathetic entry point to understanding the true culprits behind nerve damage, and how you can identify them. What silent destroyers are lurking in your daily lives? In our last chapter, we met Frank, and his journey hinted at a much deeper, often unseen culprit behind the mysterious tingling and pain he experienced. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that silent adversary, the true enemy lurking within many of us: chronic blood sugar toxicity. It's not just about diabetes, it's about the insidious damage that persistently elevated blood glucose levels inflict on our most delicate systems, especially our nerves. For years, we've been told to worry about diabetes, but the truth is, the destruction often begins long before a formal diagnosis, in a state many dismiss as just a little high. This isn't a sudden attack, it's a slow burn, an insidious, silent enemy. So, how does this silent enemy operate? Imagine your nerves as finely tuned electrical wires, each encased in delicate insulation. When blood sugar levels remain consistently high, these excess sugar molecules don't just harmlessly float by. They begin to stick to proteins in a process called glycation, forming sticky, harmful compounds known as advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. Think of it like rust forming on a vital component, slowly corroding its function. These AGEs accumulate on nerve cells and the tiny blood vessels that nourish them, stiffening tissues, impairing signaling, and essentially causing the insulation around your nerves to break down. This sticky residue interferes with the smooth transmission of nerve impulses, much like static on a phone line, causing the first subtle signs of damage to the delicate insulation. But the damage doesn't stop there. This constant bombardment of sugar also triggers a cascade of damaging biochemical reactions. One major player is oxidative stress. High glucose levels overwhelm the body's natural antioxidant defenses, leading to an excess of free radicals. Picture these free radicals as tiny, rogue missiles, zipping around and indiscriminately attacking healthy cells, including nerve cells. This cellular assault creates microscopic inflammation, a smoldering fire that gradually wears down nerve tissues. This isn't the kind of inflammation you feel as pain or swelling from an injury, it's a chronic, low-grade inflammatory state that silently contributes to nerve degeneration. With each passing day of unchecked blood sugar, this inflammatory cascade begins. As if glycation and oxidative stress weren't enough, chronic high blood sugar has another devastating trick up its sleeve: it attacks the very lifeline of your nerves, the microvascular system. These are the incredibly tiny blood vessels that wind around every nerve fiber, delivering essential oxygen and nutrients. Elevated sugar stiffens the walls of these delicate capillaries, making them narrow and less efficient. It's like a garden hose slowly getting crimped, reducing the water supply. When these vital supply lines are compromised, your nerve cells don't receive the oxygen and nutrients they desperately need to function and repair themselves. Over time, this deprivation leads to a dying back phenomenon, where the longest nerves, like those in your feet and hands, are the first to wither. In essence, your nerves slowly starve. And here's the crucial part: this entire destructive process, from glycation to microvascular damage, isn't exclusive to those with full-blown diabetes. It begins insidiously, silently, often for years, during a state commonly referred to as prediabetes. Many people are living with elevated blood sugar levels that are considered borderline or prediabetic, thinking they're fine because they haven't been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes yet. But make no mistake, the clock is ticking, and nerve damage can already be well underway. Understanding these mechanisms is not just academic, it's empowering. It means we have the power to intervene, to change course, and to protect our nervous system. This is a critical wake-up call to acknowledge the real threat and act before it's too late. Welcome back, friends. We've explored how chronic high blood sugar silently erodes our nerves, but the story of nerve damage runs deeper, often involving subtle traps hidden in our daily routines. Today, we're going to uncover these hidden culprits, focusing on what we eat and even some common medications. It's not just about diabetes, it's about a lifestyle that can inadvertently steal our vitality. Let me introduce you to Susan, a vibrant woman in her early 60s. Susan loved her afternoon pick-me-up, a large, flavored coffee loaded with syrups, often accompanied by a seemingly innocent muffin. Her evenings frequently ended with a bowl of ice cream or a bag of chips while watching TV. She wasn't overweight, so she believed her diet was fine. But slowly, Susan started experiencing tingling in her feet, a persistent numbness that felt like pins and needles. Her energy levels dipped, and her memory became a little foggy. Her doctor, initially attributing it to age, eventually suggested it might be peripheral neuropathy. Susan was devastated. Her journey, like many of ours, highlights a critical truth: modern diets are often brimming with silent toxins. I'm talking about liquid sugars, those seemingly harmless fruit juices, sodas, and even flavored yogurts that flood our system with glucose, far more rapidly than solid food. Then there are refined carbohydrates, white bread, pasta, pastries, which convert to sugar almost instantly. These aren't just empty calories, they are direct assaults on our delicate nerve health. Constant snacking, even on healthy items, keeps our insulin levels constantly elevated, preventing our body from ever truly resting and repairing. This chronic insulin resistance is a silent destroyer, chipping away at nerve integrity, much like Frank's story. But the story doesn't end with food. There's another less talked about villain: certain medications. Take, for example, metformin, a widely prescribed drug for type 2 diabetes. While life-saving for many, it's known to deplete vitamin B12, a crucial nutrient for nerve health. Similarly, proton pump inhibitors, PPIs, used for acid reflux, and even some antibiotics, can interfere with nutrient absorption, including B12. Susan, years before her neuropathy diagnosis, had been on PPIs for persistent heartburn and occasionally took antibiotics. She never connected these seemingly unrelated parts of her health history. This connection between medication and nutrient depletion is profound. B12 deficiency can directly mimic or exacerbate symptoms of peripheral neuropathy, leading to misdiagnosis or delayed treatment. For Susan, addressing her diet was a huge first step, but it wasn't until her doctor checked her B12 levels and found them critically low that the full picture emerged. Supplementing B12, alongside significant dietary changes, began to reverse some of her symptoms, bringing back hope. Understanding these hidden traps empowers us to make informed choices, not just about what we eat, but also about the potential long-term effects of medications. Our nerves deserve this careful consideration. After understanding the hidden culprits behind nerve damage, it's time to empower ourselves with the right tools, starting with our plate. Think of your nerves as delicate, intricate wires that need specific nutrients to thrive and insulating protection to function optimally. What we eat, or don't eat, directly impacts their health. First, let's talk about what to gently usher out of your diet. The biggest offenders are often the most common: refined carbohydrates and added sugars. These are the fast-burning fuels that spike your blood sugar, creating that toxic sugar environment we discussed earlier. Imagine pouring gasoline on a fire. That's what a sugary drink or a plate of white pasta does to your system, constantly stressing your nerves. Reducing or eliminating things like sodas, fruit juices, even healthy ones often have concentrated sugars, pastries, white bread, and highly processed snacks is a crucial first step. It's not about deprivation, but about liberation from foods that are actively harming your delicate nerve network. Your body will thank you for this freedom. Now, for the good news. What can you feast on to nourish your nerves? Prioritize nutrient-dense whole foods. Think of healthy fats as the essential insulation for your nerve wires. Avocados, olive oil, fatty fish like salmon, and nuts and seeds are rich in omega-3s and monounsaturated fats that support nerve cell membranes and reduce inflammation. Proteins are the building blocks. Lean meats, poultry, eggs, and legumes provide the amino acids needed for nerve repair and neurotransmitter production. And don't forget the power of colorful vegetables. They're packed with antioxidants that fight oxidative stress, a key player in nerve damage. Imagine a vibrant garden on your plate, leafy greens, bell peppers, broccoli, each one a tiny shield for your nerves. A strategic approach to your meals makes all the difference. Instead of focusing on individual foods, think about how they work together. A balanced meal should always combine protein, healthy fats, and fiber-rich carbohydrates. This winning trio slows down sugar absorption, preventing those damaging blood sugar spikes. For instance, instead of just toast for breakfast, pair it with eggs and avocado. For lunch, a salad with grilled chicken, olive oil dressing, and a handful of nuts. This combination keeps your blood sugar stable, provides sustained energy, and offers a steady stream of nutrients for nerve health. It's like creating a steady, calm river for your blood sugar, rather than a turbulent waterfall. Finally, let's shine a spotlight on an unsung hero, fiber. Often overlooked, dietary fiber plays a vital role in managing blood sugar levels by slowing down glucose absorption, which is critical for nerve health. Beyond that, it feeds your gut microbiome, and emerging research highlights the strong connection between gut health and nervous system function. Think of fiber as the gentle regulator, ensuring everything flows smoothly and efficiently within your digestive system, indirectly protecting your nerves. Whole grains, legumes, fruits, and, as mentioned, plenty of vegetables are your best friends here. By embracing these dietary shifts, you're not just eating, you're actively rebuilding and protecting the very pathways that allow you to feel, move, and live fully. It's a powerful transformation that starts with every conscious bite. Welcome back, dear friends. In our journey to reclaim our nerve health, understanding where you stand is paramount. It's like navigating a ship. You need a map and instruments to know your current position and chart your course. When it comes to your health, especially when battling peripheral neuropathy, the right tests act as those vital instruments, providing insights that empower you to make informed decisions. This chapter isn't about fear, it's about knowledge and taking control, shining a light on the hidden culprits and giving you the tools to monitor your progress effectively. We're going to demystify some essential blood tests and show you how to truly understand what your body is trying to tell you. This journey of discovery begins. First up is the HbA1c test, a real game changer. Think of it as your long-term blood sugar report card, giving you an average snapshot of your blood sugar levels over the past 2 to 3 months. Unlike a single glucose reading, which can fluctuate wildly depending on what you just ate, HbA1c paints a more stable picture of your body's overall glucose management. For nerve health, this is critical because consistently elevated blood sugar, even if not alarmingly high on a single day, slowly but surely damages those delicate nerve fibers. Aiming for an HbA1c below 5.7% is generally considered optimal, but discussing your personal target with your doctor is always best. Understanding this number is key to preventing further nerve damage and even reversing some existing issues. It's your long-term health compass. Next, let's talk about fasting glucose and post-meal glucose. Fasting glucose, taken after an overnight fast, gives you a baseline, what your body is doing without recent food intake. A healthy fasting level is typically below 100 mg per deciliter. Post-meal glucose, sometimes called postprandial glucose, is equally important. This measures your blood sugar 1 or 2 hours after a meal, revealing how your body handles carbohydrates and sugars. Many people with normal, fasting glucose still experience dangerous spikes after meals, which are particularly damaging to nerves and blood vessels. Monitoring both helps you identify which foods or meals are causing trouble, giving you immediate feedback on your dietary choices. These are daily insights. Then there's a silent hero, often overlooked, vitamin B12. This isn't directly related to blood sugar, but its deficiency can mimic or worsen neuropathy symptoms because B12 is absolutely vital for nerve health and function. A B12 deficiency can cause numbness, tingling, weakness, and even balance problems. Sounds familiar, right? Many factors can lead to low B12, including common medications like metformin, often prescribed for type 2 diabetes, proton pump inhibitors, for acid reflux, and even a vegetarian or vegan diet if not carefully managed. If you're experiencing neuropathy symptoms, ask your doctor for a B12 level test. Optimizing your B12 can offer significant relief and prevent further nerve degeneration. Don't underestimate B12's power. Finally, let's bring it all home with self-monitoring. While laboratory tests provide crucial data, tracking your blood sugar at home with a glucometer can be incredibly empowering. It provides real-time feedback, showing you exactly how different foods, activities, and stress levels impact your body. Keeping a log of your readings, along with notes on what you ate and how you felt, creates a personalized health journal. This journal becomes an invaluable tool for you and your doctor, helping to fine-tune your diet and lifestyle strategies. Remember, this isn't about rigid rules, but about understanding your unique physiology and taking proactive steps. You are the captain of your health, and with these tools, you can confidently navigate towards a healthier, more vibrant future. Toward a healthier, vibrant future. Welcome back. So far, we've journeyed deep into understanding how our diet profoundly impacts nerve health, particularly focusing on the hidden dangers of chronic high blood sugar and nutrient deficiencies. We've equipped ourselves with knowledge about what to eat and what to avoid, and how to monitor our progress. But protecting our precious nervous system, the intricate network that connects every part of us, isn't just about what's on our plate. It's a symphony of lifestyle choices, a holistic approach that truly nourishes us from the roots up. Let's start with something incredibly fundamental, yet often overlooked in our busy lives: sleep. Think of sleep as your body's nightly repair crew. While you're resting, your brain is busy clearing out metabolic waste, repairing damaged cells, and consolidating memories. For your nerves, this downtime is crucial for regeneration and maintaining optimal function. Chronic sleep deprivation, on the other hand, acts like a slow, steady drain on your nervous system, increasing inflammation and making your nerves more vulnerable to damage. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Next, let's talk about stress. In today's fast-paced world, stress often feels like an unavoidable companion. However, chronic stress isn't just a mental burden, it has very real, physical consequences for your nerves. When you're constantly under pressure, your body releases stress hormones like cortisol, which, in excess, can be neurotoxic and contribute to inflammation and oxidative stress. Over time, this constant fight-or-flight state can wear down your nerve fibers, making them more susceptible to damage and hindering their ability to heal. It's vital to find healthy outlets for stress. This could be mindfulness meditation, deep breathing exercises, spending time in nature, or engaging in hobbies you love. Remember, managing stress isn't a luxury, it's a necessity for nerve health. And then there's movement. When we talk about exercise, many of us picture intense gym sessions or long runs. But for nerve health, especially when we're recovering or preventing damage, gentle, consistent movement is often more beneficial. Activities like walking, swimming, cycling, or gentle yoga improve circulation, delivering vital nutrients and oxygen to your nerves. This enhanced blood flow helps to repair and protect nerve tissues. Moreover, physical activity can reduce inflammation and improve insulin sensitivity, directly combating some of the root causes of nerve damage we discussed earlier. Listen to your body, start slow, and build up gradually. The goal isn't to break records, but to gently awaken and support your nervous system. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, is the role of your healthcare team. While self-management through diet, sleep, and stress reduction is powerful, it's not a substitute for professional medical guidance. If you're experiencing symptoms, or even if you just want to ensure you're on the right track, consulting with a doctor or a neurologist is paramount. They can provide accurate diagnosis, monitor your progress, adjust medications if necessary, and guide you through specific interventions. They might also recommend supplements tailored to your unique needs or refer you to specialists like a physical therapist. Think of your doctor as your partner in this journey, offering expertise and personalized care. Together, you can build a comprehensive strategy to protect your nerves, ensuring a vibrant and independent future. As we journeyed through the complex world of nerve health, you might be asking yourself, is it too late for me? Can I truly reverse this damage? These are incredibly common and valid questions, and I want to tell you, with absolute certainty, that hope is not lost. Many believe nerve damage is irreversible, a silent sentence that only worsens with age. But as Dr. Emily Carter revealed, and Frank's story painfully illustrated, much of this suffering stems from factors within our control, the everyday poisons we unwittingly expose ourselves to. From chronic blood sugar's relentless assault to the hidden traps in our daily foods and even some medications that deplete vital B12, we've uncovered the root causes. We've also seen the power of specific nutritional choices, the clarity that comes from understanding your lab tests, and the profound impact of a holistic lifestyle encompassing sleep, stress management, and gentle movement. Now, let's address some of those lingering questions. What if I've had symptoms for years? The body is remarkably resilient. While we can't promise a complete reversal for everyone, significant improvement in symptoms, halting progression, and enhancing quality of life are absolutely achievable. Do I need to give up all my favorite foods? It's not about rigid deprivation, but mindful choices and understanding the impact. Small, consistent changes create profound shifts over time. Is this going to be difficult? Any journey towards better health requires effort, but it's a journey of empowerment, not punishment. Think of it as investing in your future self, your independence, your joy. So, how do you take everything we've learned and put it into action? I've distilled it into a simple, powerful 3-step plan designed to empower you to reclaim your nerve health and, with it, your independent life. Step 1: rebalance your plate, reclaim your nerves. This is the foundational step. Start by actively reducing or eliminating added sugars, refined carbohydrates, and highly processed snacks. Focus on nutrient-dense, whole foods, plenty of non-starchy vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, and fiber-rich options. Think colorful plates, real ingredients, and intentional meal timing. Remember the strategy of combining protein and fat with carbohydrates to stabilize blood sugar, and prioritize foods rich in B vitamins. This isn't just about avoiding harm, it's about nourishing your nerves back to strength. Step 2: know your numbers, own your health. Knowledge is power. Work with your doctor to get the essential blood tests we discussed, HbA1c to understand long-term blood sugar control, fasting glucose, and crucially, your B12 levels. If you have a glucometer, regularly monitoring your blood sugar, especially after meals, can provide invaluable insights into how your body responds to different foods. Don't guess, test. This data empowers you and your healthcare team to make informed decisions tailored to your unique needs. Step 3: embrace holistic wellness, sustain your independence. Nerve health extends beyond diet. Prioritize restorative sleep, aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Find effective ways to manage stress, whether through mindfulness, deep breathing, or spending time in nature. Chronic stress directly impacts blood sugar and inflammation. Incorporate gentle, consistent movement into your day, even if it's just a short walk. And most importantly, maintain an open dialogue with your healthcare provider. They are your partners in this journey, helping to integrate these lifestyle changes with any necessary medical oversight. This isn't just about managing a condition, it's about rebuilding your life. It's about taking proactive steps today to ensure you can walk, dance, travel, and embrace every moment with the vitality and independence you deserve. Don't let the whispers of nerve pain dictate your future. Your body has an incredible capacity to heal, given the right tools and support. The path to a vibrant, independent life starts now. Take these 3 steps, embrace this knowledge, and step forward with confidence. Your future self will thank you for this journey of reclaiming your life. And so, as the dust settles and the echoes fade, we are left not with an end, but a profound new beginning. This journey wasn't merely about reaching a destination, it was about discovering the strength within, forging bonds that transcend time, and realizing that every step, every challenge, every tear, has shaped us into something extraordinary. Look around, feel the air, and embrace the truth. You are a masterpiece in the making, capable of dreams far grander than you ever imagined. The future isn't just a horizon, it's a canvas awaiting your boldest strokes, painted with the vibrant colors of resilience, hope, and unwavering courage. This is your moment. This is your legacy. Step forward, for the world awaits the brilliance of your next chapter.